Hello out there in YouTube land. We're gonna try to make a video of something, not sure what. There's a little noise maker in the background playing chase with Nana. Anyhow, and squeaking too. Anyhow, a YouTuber wrote me about this thing, and I thought it was funny. What he said is, I'm making a doorstop out of it, and I think he's absolutely right. Got a list of goofy things that I'm making. I put it on the lathe, and to make it even, and it closed up some of these things. It closed up a lot of them. I've been sitting there grinding out. I'm gonna put it in there and polish it. So that's what that is. Then over here, keeping track of my wood usage for the year. Let's see, we're at 1/11/22. I used another third of a cord. That's what I've used so far in January. But it's starting to eat now that it's getting cold. We got a cold spell coming in. This thing here, I just made a tag. We'll go out and show you what that's going on. I gotta get that. That's my, remind me of somebody's name. Oh, I gotta order new boots. My boot, not that one, this one here, got a hole in it. Probably stick my finger through it, and snow's coming in. So I gotta order me another pair of just rubber boots. I've had those for years and years and years and years. Oh, you missed all the birds. I just finished. This is just kind of filling the time because you can't really do too much out here. It's just about 40 degrees out here. But I filled up the bird feeder. I'll go up there and show you, if you're new here, show you. I have a big bird feeder I put up here, but it hasn't been cold enough to put it out and not enough snow for it so the birds can eat. This is my woodpecker feeder that I made. It's just that wire mesh stuff. You can see they get into it. These are new peanuts up here. But they'll somehow get all the peanuts out of there, and the woodpeckers love that thing. That was an old, I don't know, finial maybe I made out of pear wood years ago. I've had that for years. I'll put the other bird feeder out there in a minute. I'll show you too when we're walking down there. Just kind of killing time, guys. Making a video of what's got to go on here today. I was planning on going up to Pennsylvania and looking at an engine. 253 Detroit, I think is what it was. And I called the guy getting ready to roll up there, and he said he had some emergency, so I couldn't go up there today. So shooting off, I'm switching today for tomorrow. It's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not going to take you along for a ride on that because I can't video good enough to be videoing in a car, and I can't drive good enough to be trying to video in a car. So I'm just going to go up there and get it. If I get it, I got to look at it first. So I haven't quite made up my mind on it. Thinking about another engine for another wood splitter. I've been working on another wood splitter since in the 80s, but I don't know whether don't know what I'm going to do yet. Brought up a load of wood. That's what I made this tag here for. Not that tag. This will go up here. Somewhere I'll staple it up here. This rack here is 72 inches wide, 60 inches tall height. The depth is 42 inches, so it'll be 0.86 of a cord. These racks here, so I got to put that on today. These racks here are just a little bit wider than I like. You know, I've got a million different racks, and I'll show you why. Okay, it doesn't fit in the corner down there, so that means I got to take an extra step, which a step adds up, but it's close to the boiler. The boiler's just kind of sitting here. And that was an interesting thing. I'll talk to you guys about the boiler, get some information on the boiler. She's just sitting here. I don't have the light out here. There's a few, you can see a few coals down there. But the rock is hot. And that's what I want to talk to you about. This has 4 inches of refractory rock or cement around the whole inside, and on the bottom, on the front. It does not have it up there because that's where the heat's got to go. And that's what holds my heat. And then there's another 2 inches of insulation. So from here to here, you can see it's about 6 inches. Then there's 2 inches of insulation out there, which obviously isn't enough. What's my temperature right now? My temperature's 189. So that's what I was. I'm getting all Twitter pated here. I guess this is when you edit, when you can edit. I'll get to that. Let me get out where it's light. Another thing I got to do today is put some air in my tires. The tires got to have some air. So I'll put some air in the tires, take it up. I haven't made a decision on what to do yet on this thing. They just all of a sudden they were holding air for about once a week. You'd have to put a few pounds in it, but now this went down, I guess, in about 5 days. So I got to make a move. So anyhow, that's it. Oh, I know. I got to. Well, while we're here at the boiler, okay, there's a gentleman that I enjoy watching on YouTube. His name is Garney, Garny. He's a hydraulic genius. Okay, I mean he's got a wood splitter that's second to none. I think he's got a wood boiler also from the way he talks. And his wood boiler, and a lot of these wood boilers are made to engulf your whole wood box chamber around the water. So your mass is 300 gallons of water, which will only go up to 200 degrees or to go to steam and go out. So they're maintaining that. Where my mass is, I'm only carrying about 125 gallons of water, but my mass to hold temperature is the rock. Now the rock, it can take heat up to any temperature, and your fire is certainly a lot hotter when it's firing than the water can ever get it. So you can I think I can store more heat in the rock than I can store in the water. So I can keep my water gallonage down, so when it does come up, it will heat faster because you're not heating up a big massive. So question to you guys out there that have these outdoor wood burners or wood boilers, or they're really not boiler. This one is actually a boiler because it's a Spencer steam boiler, but you never take it up to boil. So I guess they're just basically pots sitting on a fire heating up water and then moving it into your house. But what do you feel on the are you better to hold your temperature in the rock and that would keep your soot level down? In other words, like in here, okay, I got good clean burn. Okay, you can see it's snow white in there, and I don't keep much wood in it. Okay, but even that little glow down there is keeping me up the temperature right now. At night now I fill it up, but there's no point in the daytime when I can. While I'm here, there's no point in doing that. So that rock holds so much heat that it keeps my temperature warm, and your flame, okay, is going to go so high irregardless of what it is. So I think it's better holding your mass in the rock. But in turn, I have a situation that from time to time I overheat, which if it's held in your water, you probably won't overheat your boiler because it's never going to get above that hot. Where mine, okay, the rock gets hot, and when the temperature goes up, that rock is still hot and I can overheat. Well, it really doesn't mean anything to me because I dump the heat into the greenhouse, where right now we're feeding the greenhouse too. So that just means a little bit more heat in the greenhouse. I would dump it in the house, but I don't feel like overheating the house because sometimes on a hot day, you just don't need it. So it's easier to just dump it in the greenhouse. Or I might dump it in the garage. I don't know. I'm heating the house and the garage up there at the same time. So when the house calls for heat, it also blows heat into the garage. So anyhow, the question, I think I tried to say it, but I rambled on too much. Are you better keeping your heat mass in a rock and a small water supply so you have a fast increase in heat if you need it, or would you be better off with a water supply? Obviously, everybody that's making these boilers makes it in water supply. So I don't know what's better. And I don't know if there is a better. It's just a different way, probably is the best way of saying it. So that's where we're at on that. I got to put the stamp on the log box here. That's how I feed my boiler. It's one step off the wood splitter and one step into the boiler. The 2 steps there is just too much. So there's one of the pumps just came on, the house pump. That I think Garney was asking me what that is. That's a pretty good sized pump. I can't find the. I guess the ratings are back here on it, but I don't think I can see it. Maybe the camera will pick it up. It's 3450 RPM. I think it's probably 3/4 horse maybe, because I'm driving it through 1-inch PEX. When I made that boiler, there was no such thing as PEX water line. That's how old that boiler is. And so another person asked me if how I get the water from the boiler to the house, or same way I get it out to the greenhouse. Now there's PEX line, but I'll kind of show you. It goes underground here through, unfortunately, an uninsulated line, you know. But like I said, this thing's been around for 25, 30 years. I don't know how long I've had it, and it just comes in. Same basic thing in the house. I got to turn this radio off. Hold on a second, or they get mad. It just comes in. That's 2 feet down in the ground, and I have a 4-inch gray plastic conduit, and the lines come in through that. So there is a little bit of buffer between the ground and the line, but that's about all there is. And who knows, when I first heated it, first heated the greenhouse, I just ran the lines across the ground. That's how long ago it was, to see if it would work. I heated it. I used that black well pipe, and everybody said it wouldn't work, but I put it on the stove and boiled it for a half hour to an hour, and it didn't really loosen up any money, so I used that for years. And then mice got in there and ate it, so that's probably the biggest reason to insulate it, or maybe the biggest reason not to insulate it. They were grabbing the insulation to make their house and ate a hole in the actually they ate a hole in the wire, on the wire that fed it. The wire shorted out in underground, burnt the black well pipe up, and then boiler drained and went off on low water. Oh, squirrel in the house. These daggone squirrels. Did you see that? They chew up the wires. Look at him. I haven't started shooting them yet this year. I usually shoot about 50 a year. They've chewed this car up where it's had to been towed. I don't know now. They've chewed it up 5 times, had to be towed once. Anyhow, what I didn't do was I kind of got caught loafing. I didn't put up my driveway stakes. So today, after hanging this up, got to put the driveway stakes, which I guess everybody's familiar with those, but not everybody's familiar with putting tennis balls at the top. I put tennis balls at the top because in the daytime I can't see them. That's the only reason I do it. You can see them once they're up. So I'm going to be putting driveway markers on somewhere in here in this mess. There it is. This stake here, I can't see. When I'm looking, I'm not holding the camera right a lot of times. This old stake, a piece of rebar, it is rounded at the end. That's how many times this thing's been driven in. And, you know, it reminds me of an old wood splitting wedge there, just about. Been using that for years and years and years and years. Anyhow, truck's in here nice and warm. That's what I'll put that engine in if I go up. There's the heater in the garage. In fact, the door's open in the garage right now. I only have the garage temperature set at 32, and it's 38 right now, so that won't come on because I leave the garage doors open all the time. Anyhow, I'm going to do all that stuff. I'm going to put this movie on. I'm going to do all that stuff. I got something else kind of interesting to show you guys down at the sawmill. Nothing to do with the sawmill exactly, but something happened down the sawmill, which kind of like, what in the world is that? So we're going to do this, and then I'm going to do a follow-up, show you that I got everything done, and then call it a day. So you're going to get 2 movies today. So you're going to get this one comes on, and then I'm going to put the next one on, showing you that I got everything done, and then I'm going to show you what happened down at the sawmill. So take your time and go over to, I guess it's Mr. Garney. I don't know exactly. Go over to his, I don't know if that's focusing. It doesn't focus in the camera. Garney, G-A-R-N-Y. Go over and check out his wood splitter. Like I said, this guy's a genius when it comes to hydraulics. Very smart man. And I think if you like anything over here, or if you like the wood splitter here, you got to see his dual engine wood splitter. So drop him a line, tell him I sent you over there, please. Because I do like him, and maybe he'll send a few people my way too. So appreciate your time. Over and out. Another movie after this one showing the follow-up. So over and out. Bye. Oh, I forgot. Hit the like button and the subscribe button. Only takes a second, doesn't cost you anything. I noticed a lot of people, I have a lot of viewers, but not a lot of likes. So after you view it, if you do me a favor and just hit the like, even if you didn't like it, hit the like button for me. And leave a comment on which is better for the boiler maintaining mass, the rock or the water. So over and out for now, guys. Bye.